Morning. I do not own the rights to this content. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I do not own the rights to this content. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976 allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing non-profit educational or personal use tips. The balance in favor of fair use. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. I am in no way claiming ownership. Ownership is for GSL and any entity that is a part of this demonstration. Thank you.
Are we going to get mad at you for sending your children to school with Life Touch? Do you know that Life Touch is in the files? You dressed your child up. You sent them to picture day. Did you know that there was a predator there? Did you know that they were collecting a catalog of your children? Did you know that? Yes or no? Yes or no? Are we going to get mad at you for sending your children to school with Life Touch? Do you know that Life Touch is in the files? You dressed your child up. You sent them to picture day. Did you know that there was a predator there? Did you know that they were collecting a catalog of your children? Did you know that? Yes or no? Yes or no? Are we going to get mad at you for sending your children to school with Life Touch? Do you know that Life Touch is in the files? You dressed your child up. You sent them to picture day.
Good morning from
Did you know that there
Atlanta.
was a predator there? Did you know that they were collecting a catalog of your children? Did you know that?
I do not own the rights to this content. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only.
Yes or no? Yes or no? Are we going to get mad at you for sending your children to school with Life Touch? Do you know that Life Touch is in the files? You dressed your child up. You sent them to picture day. Did you know that there was a predator there? Did you know that they were collecting a catalog of your children? Did you know that? Yes or no? Yes or no? Are we going to get...
For those who do not know, she's talking or speaking about when your children take pictures at school, allegedly, the whole time, these people are in the Epstein files, along with taking your children to Chuck E. Cheese taking pictures.
Did you know that there was a predator there? Did you know that they were collecting a catalog of your children? Did you know that? Yes or no? Yes or no? So now that it's out, now that you know, whose fault is that? Who's taking fault for that? You dressed them up. You sent them to the school. Even though you weren't paying for those pictures, they took those pictures anyways. Who are you gonna be mad at? You fed your child to a catalog.
Okay, and I'm showing some of the clips from the person who has ownership.
Experiences. I'm a survivor of trafficking, MK Ultra, child abuse, foster care, and so much more that we won't get into in this video. But I was a part of that industry since I was 5. By the time I turned 16, 17, I realized that a lot of the videos that are made are just sets. And they're set up in a certain way for people to believe the captions they put on it or the bullshit they feed you. you will never be able to remake or experience or reenact the things that you see on those video comments or these sign forms at the beginning of the video and at the end. And it's not really an assault video, and sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't. You have no idea what goes on behind that camera, none. So while there's some people that are glamorizing, desensitizing, and trying to pretty up the fact that this system is evil and wrong, you are the problem. It forced me to sign paperwork. Sometimes when I was still a child and I was still signing it under duress, that doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean a damn thing. It means that the job went through. No matter what, they needed their money in exchange for another human being. The misconception that girls are wet and wild and this is a career path and they're insatiable and they just can't live without being in this industry has been painted for decades, but it's really not true. Because if you only knew the trauma that goes behind the camera while you get your minute, maybe minute and a half of your satisfaction from this video that you watched, you will never understand what happens before the cameras and after.
Good morning from Atlanta. I'm Factz. This is a demonstration for educational entertainment and to bring awareness. If you don't know anything about trafficking, the Epstein files, well, this is the start.
The cameras. A flush, you will never understand what it's like. The trauma that goes into just getting ready for one video. While somebody just shows up ready, there's another person that's going through hell. So, yeah. You don't live in.
Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit deeper in depth. I'm actually going back, then I'm gonna go to the beginning. And this may be a 2-day thing that I'm doing now. I'm not sure. I actually tried to reach out and get real permission. So that's why I have my copyright disclaimer. I haven't been able to contact this young lady. I have been following her for years. I had my own march in Atlanta, Georgia to bring awareness for protecting the children and awareness for trafficking. However, I didn't obtain people who wanted to march with me, and that's okay. But I'm led by Jesus to do whatever he wants me to do. So this is what I'm doing. This is Allie Carter, if you haven't heard of her.
He's known what you're right. So we want to talk real quick because since so much you want to ask some explosive questions, some of you guys explosive questions.
Yes.
Frequently asked questions.
Yes.
And so yeah, I mean, she's gonna be actually asking some questions throughout the day. So I guess tune in, one way or another. I am gonna straighten out. I told y'all that last night. Because the black gonna try to do something, y'all. So look forward to listening y'all right now. Anyway. So,
The first question, yes.
yeah. So a lot of you guys have been wanting to know what is going on with my good sister's eye.
Yes.
All right. So she would like to answer that question.
And that is my left eye. It's my left eye, some people are wondering. Now, the reason I've been dodging quite a few questions lately, and the reason why I have is because some people are not answering me. And I feel like a lot of people are asking me so many questions, but when it comes to the basic questions that I keep asking people, when are you getting outside? And what are you doing for the children? And what are you willing to do? People have a hard time answering those questions. So I'm going to answer some questions for you today, but then I have some questions for you later. And let's see if we can return that, okay? My left eye, I have keratoconus. For those who want to do that research, I have an eye doctor back in California that are amazing souls that actually watch these videos, that have checked in with us, wondered if we were safe and when is it possible for us to get a surgery. I need a cornea transplant is what's going on. But as an MK Ultra survivor, as a satanic ritual abuse survivor, that is a cadaver part.
which means someone has to die in order for my eye to be fixed. Does that make sense? Someone's eye will be given and donated to me if I fully go blind in my left eye. I am not fully blind in my left eye. I have a scar. So much damage has been done from the abuse that I had to being my eye, my face on this side of my face. I brace with this side of my face, so my eye is usually irritated, and I start scratching it a lot, and it's created a scar. That's what's wrong. But here's the thing: in order for me to get that surgery, I have to have somewhere to recover. That surgery is not an easy surgery, and you need 6 months to a year of recovery time. Where are we supposed to recover when we're on the road for 5 years straight? Where am I going to be able to sit and recover with an eye surgery if we can't stop dodging the predators that won't leave us alone? And anytime that we find a place, people keep trying to get in it, hurt us, take me, do things to my mother because they believe lies and propaganda that's on the internet. That's why I wasn't answering, because what are you guys gonna do about that? Now that you know, now that you have that information, what are you gonna do with it? The same way that I've been giving you information for years, and what are you gonna do with it?
Well, I don't want you to get ready to support this lady because we know she's not good. Okay, we talked about this book talk with, so let's support that. That's what I'm saying. Anybody else said that? I'm saying that. And I mean, what you gonna make one like, oh, what's the book? But the thing is, people need funds to get something. So I'm just thinking, if you really want to support it, be ready to do that whenever time comes. Okay.
All right. Yes. And there's a lot going on. My book is ready. It's ready, but I didn't want to say anything because there's so much going on. It would have been, I don't, those people that find the moment to do a book launch when there's people around, that's shit. There were people coming out tonight, and the reason why they were coming out was for the children. The reason why we needed everybody out here today was for the children, not for a book. So I didn't feel like it was the right time, and I didn't want to mix messages because what was going on was, truth be told, couldn't put the tickets on their website. I won't talk about that and why. That's not my place. But truth be told, was not able to put the tickets on the website. No.
I'm not coming on.
Hey. Hey, y'all. I got something real quick. So, can y'all hear me all right? Hi. We're in Texas, and as you know, the live event that we're getting ready for, we are leading a protest on the 30th. Today is Saturday, right? Yeah, today is Saturday. We're leading a protest next Saturday on May 30th. We have a private event on Friday in Cleveland, Texas, at the Cornerstone Church from 6 to 9 p.m. Now, we tell you guys this a lot, and I think a lot of people pass over what we say, but I need you to hear me right now, please, for those that care. And so welcome to Texas, thank you. It's so far so good. There's a public auction going on right now for my life and my mom's life, and it's happening, like I said, publicly on the internet at this moment. People are exchanging money for our lives. Does that make sense? Is everybody clear on that? That's not something that is new. It's not a news flash.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back to more present. Going back to the more present recordings. Because this goes back a couple of years. Good morning. So I'm going back a little further. However, this goes back for some years. She have been bringing awareness for years. You know, those who believe, believe. Those who don't or won't. Alec Carter. I do not own the rights to this content. It's for education and entertainment purposes only. Trafficking, Epstein files, etc.
Can you hear me okay? Actually, I'm gonna hear me okay before I start talking. Because I got cut off in the last video, but I got more. I definitely got more. I was not done yet. Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm okay.
Trying to put the words up here because I know the wind makes it hard to hear her.
Okay, cool. Because I just want to announce too that I have questions, and if I haven't pissed you off, if you are in a place of authority and power, and I haven't pissed you off for telling the truth, please come over. I don't mind making sure that we have a conversation, because I'm just still trying to understand some things. So again, we're having a family talk. Please gather around. I had some questions for Flotus. I don't have an issue with Flotus. I have questions for Flotus to understand why she's asking subscribers to come to the conference floor. Like I said, I volunteered in the last live to go watch the other one, depending on where you are. But if you go watch the other one. But let's I got more. So question, do y'all understand why we brought things here? Because I want you to go back, and now that we've seen how Dan Bongino is, we've seen how Cash Patel is, we've seen what Pam Bondi did, we're now seeing what POTUS is coming with. We see where POTUS stands. The people in power. This is why when people are like, just call the police, call the FBI. Well, you remember the Diddy trial? Marie Comey? Remember that? Do you notice that Marie Comey never asked about the children? Not at one point did she turn that trial towards the children. She made sure Cassie was under that bus, that it went forwards and backwards a few times, but then she asked about the children that were there. The children that came up through other victims, but it was never touched, right? Now, James Comey, is that his name? Let me make sure I got his name right. James Comey is Maureen Comey's father. And he was former FBI director, right? Y'all know that, right? Okay. So, before we get people mixed up, there's Maureen Comey, and then there's James Comey. Now, what I'm talking about is James Comer, C-O-M-E-R. I just want to specify. Now, James Comer, please come hither. I got a question for you too, because now that like I said, I don't mind coming to the conference floor, but before we continue any of this week, I just want to make sure that we're having this conversation with the world before it becomes a private conversation like that Billy Miller and Clinton deposition that James Comer did. Now, that was a closed-door investigation. In order to have that investigation, James Comer, correct me if I'm wrong, must have got some type of information that said that Bill and Hillary Clinton were guilty called them in and said, come on, we're gonna talk about this, let's testify. Now at one point, did Bill and Hillary Clinton try to comply with the subpoena rules? And that is documented. You can find it on Google. So, a survivor testified in 1995, around that time, against Bill and Hillary Clinton, right? Bill and Hillary Clinton are guilty of eating, beating, murdering, destroying children, frazzled children, right? Right? So, James Comer, this is where, sir, I got a few questions, please, bring it here. Do you really expect someone who thinks that cannibalizing has a twitch in their face because they've been chewing on human flesh? Do you honestly think that they're going to tell you the truth even under oath? Really? You gotta be a fucking moron if you think that evil people like that are going to tell you.
Everything is allegedly. This is Allie Carter's account. And not just what she's seen, but what she's been through. I'm going to rewind that so you can hear it loud and clear. Because I know the background noise is kind of distracting.
The truth. Human flesh. Do you honestly think comply with the subpoena rules? And that is
I don't think I went back enough. Okay.
the deposition that James Comer did. Now, okay, so before we get people mixed up, there's Maureen Comey and then there's James Comey. Now, who I'm talking about is James Comer, C-O-M-E-R. I just want to specify. Now, James Comer, please come hither. I got a question for you too. Because now that, like I said, I don't mind coming to the conference floor, but before we continue any of this week, I just want to make sure that we're having this conversation with the world before it becomes a private conversation like that Bill and Hillary Clinton deposition that James Comer did. Now, that was a closed-door investigation. In order to have that investigation, James Comer, correct me if I'm wrong, must have got some type of information that said that Bill and Hillary Clinton were guilty, right? And so they subpoenaed them and they called them in and said, come on, we're going to talk about this, let's testify. Now, at one point, did Bill and Hillary Clinton try to comply with the subpoena rules? And that is documented. You can find it on Google. So, a survivor testified in 1995, around that time, against Bill and Hillary Clinton, right? Bill and Hillary Clinton are guilty of eating, beating, murdering, destroying children, frazzled children, right? Right? So, James Comer, this is where, sir, I got a few questions, please, bring it here. Do you really expect someone who thinks that cannibalizing has a twitch in their face because they've been chewing on human flesh? Do you honestly think that they're going to tell you the truth even under oath? Really? You gotta be a fucking moron if you think that evil people like that are going to tell you the truth after so many people said it in 1995. Bill Clinton apologized for MK Ultra in 1995. He wasn't sorry that it was happening. He was sorry that they were caught. So he had to make a statement and say, yeah, well, it was going on. Look it up. Don't just take what I'm saying. Go look it up. That's why I say get grab a pen and paper. I wasn't done yet. Bill Clinton apologized for MK Ultra in I think 93. Don't quote me on that. Somewhere between 90 and 95.
Thank you for all that came by. I have 0 likes and 1 person still present. I will be coming back. However, I'm going live on Facebook right now. Have a blessed and successful day. And some people come in here, I know if you're trolling, but I'm going to just go ahead and assume, I'm going to let this finish playing, but I'm just go ahead and assume for the people who trolling, misery loves company. I hope you find peace and joy and add love with that, because maybe you need that. Because I mean, if you're coming on here trolling, you must be miserable in your life and don't have anything better to do. But you're not hurting me. You're actually helping my algorithm by coming here trolling.
Go look it up. It's on YouTube. He said, yes, the government was doing experiments on their military soldiers. They were doing experiments on children. They weren't sorry. They were sorry they got caught. So now we fast forward from the 90s to February 2026, where James Comer was asking them questions in regards to all of that shit. Do you honestly think that they're going to tell you the truth? When they've been lying and trying to cover for it since 90 to 95 in that time, and now here we are in February 2026. Y'all knew that. Everybody from the 90s to now knew that shit. From the frazzle drip things to the information that's been spread.
Wait. So, allegedly, Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton were eating children. In order for them to eat children, they have to be what? You tell me. If they were eating children, then the children would have had to be no longer existent, right? Their body was there. You do the math. Bill and Hillary Clinton. We have heard no more about this. Pay attention. No one has said nothing else about this after they've been interviewed, or whatever you want to call it. And you had the Democrats defending them. Oh, they didn't ask Trump. They didn't ask the other people questions. Democrats, Republican. Allegedly, the milk spoiled and the water's dirty. No matter what side, red and blue. I'm with Jesus Christ. I don't know about you. It's time to expose these people. It's time for us to wake up.
Like wildfire, you knew that. And in February, a few months ago, now we're going to ask them, knowing that they're not going to comply, knowing that they're not going to tell you the truth, knowing how damn well they do at covering it up and disguising it, making it look like the Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus did it. I got questions and not enough answers for too many damn questions, and I just keep getting more. I have more questions, more than I have answers. Every time somebody in power opens their mouth, and I'm like, that smells like and sounds like bullshit. What do you mean? And people wonder why we brought it here. People wonder why we still continue to take it to the people. Because who the hell were we supposed to call? Who were we supposed to tell? When this is our history. Has anything been different? No. Have they shown you anything different? No. Why is anybody expecting anything different? QAnon. Hello. Hi. How you doing? Please come to the front. I got a question. See, you know what? Because every walk of life, we can talk about the children. So I'm trying to understand where every walk of life is right now. From Black Lives Matter, you all Black Lives Matter, from MAGA, where's your outrage? As much as you did into the election, from the LGBT
LGBTQ community, you say you care about the kids. Well, where are you for all of this situation? QAnons. You keep saying trust the plan. You keep saying let it play out. This is a show. Well, while people have it play out, you know there's still children being tortured, murdered, eaten, beaten, destroyed. Right? So while you're sitting there, trusting the plan from some research that you found on the computer instead of getting your ass outside too, what does that make you? I'm trying to understand. Where is everybody? Because if you're sitting here just talking about trust the plan and let it play out, that's your excuse at the expense of a child's life? That's what you're going with? That's what you're sticking to? We're just going to trust the plan and let it play out? We're just going to catch the next Q drop and let it play out? Where the hell is everybody? Because at this point,
This same thing I was saying in Atlanta. When I went down at a march, no one showed up at the state capitol. Now, I had someone to say that they had a group that was going to show up. I mean, show me the footage. I never saw the footage. I actually had someone take a picture of me because there was no one there with me. I marched down up from Centennial Park to the state capitol. No one in Atlanta, Georgia showed up. Meanwhile, if you pay attention, people are still getting missing. Children are getting missing. And I'm not just talking about the ones being found on a tree. If you look in your search bar, you can search wherever you want to search that. But search children, young people, even adults. I mean, I was just telling somebody the other day, don't think they can't use you. I mean, maybe you're not an old lady or older guy, elderly person, maybe they can't. But people are getting missing. It's so many people. Look in your search bar anywhere. It's people never been found. What you think that means? I mean, it has to mean something. You do the math.
I'm frustrated because everybody keeps making excuses instead of choices. You want a place to side with. People want a reason to be angry. You want a group to be in. And every group has their dirt. But not one of these damn groups of people that everybody is calling something that's moving forward or some type of movement, moving to action for the children. Where are the Proud Boys? Where's the truckers? Where's the election crew? Y'all fought hard for that shit. Still fighting for the 2020 election. Some of you. You can scream the loudest about that. Still go to rallies for that. Still make shirts for that. Stickers still coming out for that. Driving around with bumper stickers on your car for that. Children are still being tortured. I'm trying to understand. And then those of you who are like, well, that's too much because somebody's going to say something about me, or it's going to be too much because I'm scared. You don't cower. My mama has never raised me like that. My mama has always told me you don't cower in the face of the children, ever. Ever. There are children watching. There are children waiting on you. And everybody has something that they want to hold. Well, I'm with this group, and I'm with that group, and what about the group of the children? What about that? If you're a sports fan, where's your outrage? Because I know grown men, I know of grown men that have thrown absolute tantrums if their favorite team loses a game.
hours waiting for results of a fake scripted game. Where's that energy for the truth about the children? So while everybody is just like, well, it was the red side, it was the blue side. No, don't do that bullshit. Everybody can get some. Everybody can get some. This is 2026. That is the motto right now.
Everybody
Can get some.
Everybody. Okay, I'm not trying to promote no ads. It's about the children.
Everybody is just like, well, it was the red side, it was the blue side. No, don't do that bullshit. Everybody can get some. Everybody can get some. This is 2026. That is the motto right now. Everybody.
Thank you for the light.
Can get some. I'm trying to understand too, Flotus, I'm still not, I hope that we're all still gathered around for this conversation. Again, question, hi, hello, me, question. At what point does the boss take over? Because I know that some things are not your job, Melania, right? Some things are not in your realm of, that's not my lane, right? Okay, I get that, I understand that, everything has an order process, I get that, it's slow as hell, but I'm understanding that, right? Donald.
Again, this is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I do not own the rights to this content. I am not being monetized for this content. I am here to bring awareness and to educate.
You don't have the power to do certain things, right? Because that's not, some things are just not in your lane, even though you're the president of the United States. However, if we wanted to look at this like our world is, I used to be a server. So let me help you out and see if this makes any sense to you. Because as a server, there's your hosts that sit the people at the tables. So when somebody walks into a restaurant and says, I'm hungry, let's go to IHOP, right? There is a host that is standing at the front door and says, hey, how many is in your cart? 2 or 3? 5? Okay, let me find you a table. And then they go get your server. Your server takes your order, right? And says, what do you want to eat? That server takes things back to the kitchen. The kitchen then cooks your food. Okay? There's bussers back there cleaning the plates and making sure that that silverware that everybody's been eating on, that you're about to eat on, is somewhat clean. Then they make sure that there's even runners in the restaurant, that when the food comes up on the deck, they take that food and run it to the table and sit it down. There's people that clean the tables in order for the restaurant to keep moving, like a well-oiled machine. There's a cashier that makes sure that you cash out sometimes, okay? So as a server, there were times when the servers weren't in the right headspace to handle 10 tables. There was a time when you're short-staffed. There's a time when the kitchen is backed up. There's a time when the bussers are doing too much and they can't clean every table. There's a time when somebody has to say, call the manager. So if we were looking at our world as a restaurant, Donald and Melania are the managers, right? And the rest of us are the bussers, the servers, the table cleaners, the cashiers, right? So at
47 in Melania.
Stairs and say, hey, the servers don't have their shit together. The host can't sit anywhere people because the tables are not clean. The cook is backed up. And the checks are just coming through and they can't even cook the food. So the manager has to get downstairs. They gotta go cop food at tables that's cold. They gotta go talk to angry customers. They gotta go make sure that people can be seated in the lobby and make sure that the wait time is actually accurate. Then they got.
Thank you for the lights. Thank you for those who pulled up on me.
They go in the kitchen, they gotta check and see what's going on. They sometimes gotta tell somebody what's going on with the dishwasher. That's when the managers have to come downstairs and start handling shit until the restaurant starts moving again in an orderly fashion. So when the hell does that apply to Melania and Donald? Anybody? Like, did I just make sense?
Are you smiling? What I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to understand this. So basically, Pam Bondi was one of the dishwashers. Cash Patel was one of the servers. Dan Bongino was one of those hosts. James Comer was one of those cooks. What? So when the customers start throwing a damn thing, like I'm hungry, my food is cold, I've been sitting here for hours, where the fuck is everybody? What is going on? You told me that I only had to wait for an hour. You know when that situation happens in a restaurant, that's when somebody says, call your who? Manager. Donald and Melania Trump. What are we doing? Is it me? It can't be. I know it's not me. Wait, I'm not. If the shoe don't fit, don't lace that bitch. It's not my shoe. I know. I know it's not me. It's not me. Yeah, somebody said, where's HR? Okay. I'm corporate, right? Aren't they corporate? Okay, so maybe Melania and Donald are corporate. Maybe there's more to that food chain. Maybe messed that food chain up a little bit. But you get the point. There's that number on your receipt where the manager's messing up too. Yeah. Maybe the governors are the managers. Maybe that's it. If we want to put this in the record, you get what I'm saying.
And that would be okay for any other situation, the oil, the immigration, the voter fraud. Take your time, whatever.
Yeah. It's the light of mine.
I'm gonna let it shine.
I'm trying to understand whether our connection is moving or not. I got another issue with that shit because so hold on. You're gonna tell me that we're contacting people in space. You're going to Let me talk.
Yeah, it's wild. So wild that you can't do them. You gotta laugh to stop from crying. And they worrying about space. Allegedly, you're not handling business down here.
You for a minute. Because hold the hell on. If I gotta sing this little light of mine for my connection to come back because I'm being censored, you're gonna tell me that we're landing on space and able to do news conferences and interviews from the moon? You're full of shit too. Fuck all. I'm trying my best.
Safely to the
I'm connecting.
moon.
But we're talking to people on the moon. You're having issues watching this live. But they said we're talking to people. Since 1969 on the moon. It's 2026. They went to the moon in 1969. Not 1968. And still, we're having connection and signal issues. Connect this shit. Guys, I swear to God, you know better. All of y'all are full of shit.
I do not own the right to this content. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976 allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
And the world knows it. Kill me, I don't care. Kill me twice. Fuck all of you. You guys are so full of shit. Everybody, all of you motherfuckers to get some. Because you guys know. Fucking shit. Over here trying to sing fucking show tunes and shit for my life to come back through. And you're trying to tell people we're talking on the moon. There isn't even a moon or a freaking firmament. Yeah, the firmament is not even a moon. You know, damn well we got heart machines and weather machines and earthquake machines. I am trying to common sense shit, but you make it make sense.
Okay, see, it's very important to watch. Do things twice. Do think twice. I missed that one. Did I hear machines? Allegedly, we have machines. Oh, that can't be right. They gotta be kidding me.
You're gonna tell me that we're contacting people in space. You're going to let me talk to you for a minute. Because hold the hell on. If I gotta sing this little light of mine for my connection to come back because I'm being censored, you're gonna tell me that we're landing on space and able to do news conferences and interviews from the moon? You're full of shit too! Fuck all. I'm trying my best. Because, what the fuck? I'm connecting, but we're talking to people on the moon. You're having issues watching this live, but they said we're talking to people since 1969 on the moon. It's 2026. They went to the moon in 1969, not 1968, and still we're having connection and signal issues. Connect this shit. I'm tired of you guys. I swear. You know better. All of y'all are full of shit, and the world knows it.
Sad part is the world don't know it. They're oblivious to the fact, and they think we're the ones that are lost. We're the enlightened ones.
Kill me, I don't care. Kill me twice. Fuck all of you. You guys are so full of shit. Everybody, all of you motherfuckers to get some. Because you guys know. Fucking shit. Over here trying to sing fucking show tunes and shit for my life to come back through. And you're trying to tell people we're talking on the moon.
Right, on the moon. On the moon, allegedly. But we have no idea why people are being found on ropes. And our aunt says they did it to themselves. It's a lot of strange things going on. #47.
There isn't even a moon or a freaking firmament. Yeah, the firmament is not even a moon. You know, damn well we got heart machines and weather machines and earthquake machines. I am trying to common sense shit, but you make it make sense. I was trying to be nice. I didn't, Mama, I was trying. You talk about love and compassion. My shit's connecting, but we're on the move. Oh. Okay. Is it me? Did y'all see that shit, right? Don't tell me you don't see it. We're not alone in this. What is happening? I was about to start like this, let it light up. I'm like, wait a damn minute. Wait a damn minute. I don't care if we're going.
Good morning from
You're
Atlanta.
gonna say, wait a minute.
Good morning from Atlanta. I do not own the rights to this content. This was educational and entertainment purposes only, and I'm here to bring awareness for those that have not been enlightened and or those that are lost. All things said are allegedly. Facts and opinions can be researched. A fact is something that can be proven.
Really? Well, we found a fighter jet or a fighter pilot that crashed in a crevice in a mountain in Iran by his heartbeat, but we can't find the missing kids. Yeah. Or the predators. Yeah. Okay. What do I know? Yep.
Watch the replay, share with someone to enlighten them.
Hey. Okay. I have a few things I want to talk to y'all about. I'm gonna turn the comments off for a second, and then I'm gonna turn them back on for our interactive part. Okay, but I need to spit some stuff out, and I need it to be heard without a distraction in the comments. So if y'all could please just stay with me. But before we do, and while you're walking in, let's pray. Because I believe in Jesus Christ. So if you don't, and you're like, this is not my, okay, you can go for 2 seconds. I'm just giving you a warning. I always say this in the beginning. We can all agree on child trafficking. We can all agree that it's everybody's war. But not everybody believes in Jesus Christ. And I understand that because it took me a minute to get here. So if you want to go, this is the warning. Just 30 seconds and then come back. Okay? Cool. Father God, we just thank you for this time together. Jesus, we just thank you for this moment to be able to speak. God, we just thank you for keeping a breath in our bodies, God. We just thank you for keeping us safe. We ask that everybody that is on this live, God, you keep them safe. You camp your angels around them. Jesus, we know that there is so much spiritual warfare going on, and that there's many people that will try to send an evil assignment, God, and we're standing on your word that no weapon formed against us shall prosper, Jesus. That the weapon can be formed, but it won't prosper. We put on our helmet of salvation, our breastplate of righteousness, our girdle of truth, our shoes of peace and readiness, our shield of faith, and our sword of the Spirit. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and we pray in Jesus' name. Amen. By the way, I'm from the south side of heaven. I always love to say that, too. Heard that on TikTok. I really believe that is true for me. I'm from the south side of heaven because God is not done with me yet. So, for those of you who are like, I don't know if I can deal with her anger, but I can deal with her prayer, you might want to leave too. You might want to leave too. Because this is not a war where it's going to be explained pretty. This is not a war where anything in it is daisies and tulips and frolicking. None of that is in this war. Okay? So if you're new to this fight, and after that prayer, you're just like, I don't know, but okay, go now. Go now. Because we don't need Bible thumping Christians or holier than thou's on pedestals either. Everybody can agree on this war. Okay? Okay. Cool. I love everybody. I've been through some things, so I'm cool with everybody until you're not me, and then I'm just not. Okay, I don't care who you are, just dead. Cool. I'm gonna turn the comments off for a second, okay? And then I'm just gonna explain some things, put some things up, and I'll turn them back up. Just stay with me. Hold on. Okay. First thing I want to talk about is thank you so much for those who are sharing my videos and information. But I want to talk about something that is really bothering me, and it's been a thing. It's been a big thing. It's a thing for everybody. People trafficking my pain for their gain. That's a problem with me. That's a big problem with me. I understand that there's some people who are like, I've never even heard of you. I never even knew your story. Sorry I'm late. You're late. I'm sorry I'm late, but I'm here now, and I'm trying, okay? So there's those people, and I really thank you. If you're new, hi, I'm Allie. My twin's right here. She's this tall white wine right here. She doesn't drink, but she's a tall white glass of wine. You know, I do. and she's my twin. But if I turn the camera this way, it's gonna create safety issues, so I can't. So just so you know, my twin's right here. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go out and share this real quick.
For the internet, 4 years. For our life, since 3 months. We've been screaming from the rooftops. For my mom, I met her when I was 14. She adopted me at 19. I was not able to live a peaceful life with my mom. I was adopted as an adult. This twin over here. A lot of people are getting people confused. Now, my bio mother is a piece of the devil. That woman, I would probably wear white to her funeral. Here, listen. This is my this is my real mother, right here. Yeah, she a white woman, and we're twins. Okay, we look just alike so much you wouldn't even know she was my mom. Like, you know what? I can see it. There's a whole resemblance when you walk in the room. All right. Now, here's the thing. My surrogate was a piece of evil shit. I really would wear white to her funeral. That is not a woman that you would call a mother. I don't even know what you.
I'm going to allow a little bit more of this to play, and then I'll be live again later on. I'm going to allow a little bit more of this to play. Got to take a walk, and then later on, if you're interested, you can come back because there's plenty more where this come from. She's stating she's been telling us this over 4 years. Over 4 years. I don't know about you, but I believe it. I don't know no one that wants to come up with a storyline like this. You know, I just don't. So we're gonna watch a little bit more of it, then I'm gonna get ready to take my little walk.
With the passion, some people, you gotta forgive. No, wait a minute. That's a whole other conversation for another day. But that woman is so evil, and I mean so evil. Not just for me. I was one of 6 kids of hers. You see, of hers, of the borrowed fortune, of the paid off fortune, of the you take this child and hold on to this one and I'll pay you for that one. But she used to tell me all the time, I don't get enough money for you, for me. For me, out of the 6 girls, she got so much money. She got government assistance. She played the government. Said some of them had disabilities that they didn't have. She was on all kind of money. She was stealing Social Security cards, all kind of shit, right? And for me personally, I wouldn't go along with when she would take me to these government buildings to play or to do whatever she was doing. I wouldn't play along with it. I don't know why. I just wouldn't do it. So therefore, she got money for me by letting her boyfriends and shit abuse me, and not to mention all the other shit that goes on in that bloodline. But my bloodline helps you match some shit together. So stay with me because I'm about to jump. Here we go. Alright? So my bloodline answers some questions, but it doesn't matter to me. You wanna know why it doesn't matter to me? Because this is the only woman that has ever gave a shit as far as where I'm sitting today. Before that, no one cared. No one in the entire family cared. The family's huge. They did not care unless there was something in it for them. Okay? So I was raped a lot in my own closet by the chief of police. I was abused a lot in my own bed. I would move my little sisters over.
All this is allegedly. I do not own the rights to this content. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. The copyright disclaimer is in my description.
Because there were sisters that I had that were smaller than me. And she was dating everybody. She slept with everything that walked. Okay? She had men in her life like buses. But all of them were a piece of my authority, from my doctors to my principals to everything. Okay? So I was abused a lot in a different way. Everybody was going through something in their house, but I was abused in a different way. Okay? Everybody blamed it on me because by the time I turned 13, I started to realize something's wrong. I talked to friends. I talked to people at school. This shit is not normal. This is not how you're supposed to get in trouble. I know it's a different culture, but this ain't it, right? So, but by that time though, I didn't know. I really thought everything was normal. So I was hypersexual, I was promiscuous, I had a lot of problems, I still do, I got a lot of issues, okay? And I am not going to be that denial or liar to sit here and say that I do not, okay? I am not healed, not at all. I'm working on it, all right? But I am Jesus, okay? Not perfect. So now, she's telling me all the time I don't get enough money for you, which is why supposedly she did what she did, and why she let people do what she did. Supposedly she was always in the bathtub when I was getting raped by her boyfriends. But then when I was little, she would lay me over her leg and check me, and I don't know what she was checking for, but she would let her boyfriends do whatever they wanted to me, and then she would come and check me like that was supposed to do something, okay? So when I say that my life has been this way for a very, very long time, my last order, sexual order, that was called, that I was on, was 18. I was still going through shit. There was things still happening. My pimps didn't just give me up at 19. You can see right now that people don't just leave you alone at 30. Thank you, Jesus. Right? Okay. Now, the people who are sharing my story now, I thank you for that. But if you are watching my story on a platform that is asking you for money, if you watched it at a convention that asked you for money, the question you should be asking them is, where did that money just go? Because I know you didn't contact her.
I am not in no way getting paid to share this content. I am sharing this content for awareness, and because I'm led to show this content, and because I care about not just my family, but all children. And I hope that this content reach those that are also caring and sharing.
I know you're not trying to help her, but you're asking for money. Where is that money going? If you are watching my videos, when I'm giving you information on my life and my account, personally, pricelessly, for free, why the hell is somebody selling the information back to you and then calling it education? They don't seem like part of the problem? That's no better than trafficking somebody else's pain. You're selling someone else's pain for your gain. Because our face is out there. The hell that we're going through, we get no money for. We're not rolling in anything but pennies. Okay, we just pulled together bags, recycle some cans. We are not asking you for any damn thing. But at the end of the day, we are going through hell. I was just on a project with somebody that I'm pretty sure there's a few people that are sitting in these comments that are like, yeah, where the hell did you go? I'm so sorry, I can't come back. You want to know why? Because my life just turned again. That was my peace. I'm not even, that was my peace. Once Diddy was arrested, once it was called, we were followed from that area. We had to leave. The only reason why I said, let me get up and move.
If you're watching the replay, if they show this part, please throw up some praying hands for Allie Carter. Please say a prayer for Allie. For more insight, Allie Carter, Allie's Army. If you want to give her a donation, go to her platform.
After I've been sitting in that area for a little bit, the only reason why I said let me get up and move is because they followed me and a few other kids to the grocery store. That's when I was like, you know what? It's okay. I'll go because I want the children that are on that project to stay safe. So you know what? It's okay. I'll go. We had a great time, didn't we? We had so much fun that now I'm pretty sure some of y'all are seeing these videos like, what the? Yeah. Yeah. Music is someone's diary. Art is a reflection of life. Do you hear me now? Okay? But those who are sharing the videos and those who are profiting from our pain, shame on you. If you're sitting there and you watch somebody profit off our pain, shame on you. You are one of the reasons why we still stuck in this bullshit, because everybody is trying to do some get rich quick scheme off the children. Nobody is calling people to action. Nobody is moving people back towards the kids. Everybody pops up and starts sharing when it's trending.
It's always trending for me. Let me stop right there. I am not receiving funds from this platform, nor the FB platform, nor the IG platform. I have in the past received funds from TikTok, and it was for my content, not anyone else's content.
Not talking about you if that's not what you're doing. So if that shoe don't fit, don't lace that bitch. Do you understand what I'm saying? If that shoe don't fit, don't put it on. If I'm not talking to you, move. But the point is if you know something, and if you know something, see something, say something. How are people, we're so quick to, I got evidence on somebody else's pain is what I'm hearing right now. If you have evidence on something, the reason why I can't just drop my shit unless I'm dead is because there's other minors on my case. Do you understand that? Those minors refuse to tell the truth. Those minors are still probably living in this life. So to put their information out for my side is wrong. I can't do that. It's also illegal. I can't do that. Right? So to put my information, everybody throw your information out. There's minors on the case. That weren't just me. Everything that I went through was as a child. I'm not talking about things as an adult. Do you hear me? Can I say that over for those in the back? Everything that I went through it as a child. From the age of 3 months old to 18 years old, I went through hell. All these elite parties, the orgies, the satanic rituals, the arm candy, the dropping suitcases of military-grade weapons, of dropping cases with codes in them to missiles, doing clean hand jobs, basically being a kamikaze to another pimp. All of that happened to me when I was a child. I'm not talking about as an adult. All the hell that we're going through right now was everything that happened to me as a child, not as an adult. Not being able to have children of my own, that's what happened as a child, not as an adult. That's what I'm paying for as an adult. What's wrong with my body happened as a child, not as an adult.
That is so sad and selfish that someone would take that away from Allie. When I first started listening to this, it brought tears to my eyes. And I'm not sure which particular day it was, but one day, I guess my soul opened up and I just really realized that there's nothing new under the sun, and these demonic spirit and people are showing us every day who they are. If you have not read the book of Revelations, excuse me, I encourage you to do so.
Choices that I made and the choices that other people made for me was as a child. I was a sex worker, and not a sex worker because sex work is not work. I was a child sex slave as a teenager, as a baby. While other people thought it was okay. I was, you know what? Luxor, Las Vegas, Nevada, the casino. Y'all know where Luxor is, right? I was raped on their escalator in front of everybody at 15 years old. Nobody did anything. It was a full pack. If you have ever been in a casino, it was a full packed out casino. Nobody did anything. One, because it's Vegas. Two, because nobody's gonna get involved. The amount of people that did stuff to me is endless, and I lost count. Do you hear what I'm saying? As a child. So for those of you, again, back to thank you for putting my story out, because I've never felt heard. I've never gotten justice. I don't believe there's justice for me. I already know that. It's happened. I can't rewind it, but we got to talk about some more stuff because I don't know. But there's no justice for me. There's no time machine. There's no taking it back. And a lot of you are just coming to the party, but those of you who have been here from day one of 2020, thank you. Thank you. Okay?
Okay, we're going to stop right there. If interested, tap back in with me. Like I said, I'm not monetized for this, nor my Facebook page. I do what I'm directed to do by God. Pray for the children. Look to your children. Know where your children are. Matter of fact, know where your family members are. Someone should know where you are at all times. We're living in the last days, as they used to say, and we used to think they was hilarious, but no. The Bible is being fulfilled. The prophecy is being fulfilled. There's nothing new under the sun, and Allie is showing you this. You can believe it or not believe it.
So those of you who are like, I'm trying to share to get this information out, because people can't fathom. My mom tells me all the time. So I'm like, Mom, what the hell is wrong with people? People are painful. And she's like, well, wait a minute though. Even on my worst day, I can't fathom the type of stuff that you went through. I wouldn't be able to think of that stuff by myself. Okay, so I'm trying really hard to have patience with people. But if you are making money off of me, you are no better than the people who sold me. If you are sitting back and you know you paid for a ticket, or you paid for a subscription, or you paid for a $7.99 extra information and it's my video on somebody else's platform, you are a part of the problem. That is no better than my pimps and pedophiles that we're talking about. If you're sharing it because it's the right thing to do and it's the information that needs to get out there and I thank you for it, then thank you. I'm not talking to you. Thank you. I